Rules are sometimes made to be broken, and people are always looking for new, creative, inventive ways to step around them. From jack-o'-lanterns carved in pineapples to hilariously malicious compliance to technically, there are more times when rules should be kept, and these people knew when to break them. These people in particular have found a specific level of genius in subverting the system that it's almost unbelievable. From the fantastic to the downright sneaky, there's so many ways to skirt around the rules, if only you're the creative type. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a single video. But for now, keep watching to find out about 12 times people beat the system. Number 13. Have you ever had a clever response but no way to use it? Some people get all the bright ideas. These kids might not have known the correct answer, but they had the right solution to use. Teachers either love them or hate them, no in between. These kids not only understand the assignment, but they also went above and beyond in a very straightforward kind of way. You could argue that the literal approach isn't always the best, but technically they've done nothing wrong. Number 12. You know those little dogs that can fit in a bag, right? The kind of dogs so small that you wouldn't even notice them unless they pop their heads out. Well, this isn't one of those, believe it or not. This man was told that only dogs in bags were allowed on the bus. While his husky is more significant than any one of those, it would make an extremely compelling case to say otherwise. I mean, let's look at it this way. It is technically a dog in a bag, so they aren't breaking any rules. I'm not sure I'd be able to sit next to this well-behaving furry friend without trying to sneak him some treats. Look at how well he's been sitting. Before we go on, like this video, pop the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell right now, or the ghost in your closet will manifest itself tonight. Number 11. Halloween is right around the corner, and many of us are very excited about the festivities. Not every place will allow quite the same level of festive decorations as others, which leaves some people feeling out. These students were told no jack-o'-lanterns in the dorm, but specifically, they were told no carved pumpkins. Nowhere did anyone mention not cutting a pineapple. An unintentional bonus? That candle probably smelled terrific. I'd feel welcomed into any place that has this tropical ornament hanging out on the lanai. Number 10. Sometimes you can't win. Like this kid, he wanted a snack while watching his shows, but he was told no snacks in the living room and no shows in the kitchen. He found the perfect mix of both, yet still not breaking any rules. All of the food is in the kitchen. I'd be proud of this little genius if I were him. I wonder what shows has got him so captivated. It looks like he can't bear to tear himself away. It must be an essential episode. Number 9. This summer's been so hot, it's hard to catch a break. These kids had the right idea though. When their school told them no shorts permitted, they went with the closest things they could get. If the girls could wear skirts and catch a breeze, why couldn't they? Long slacks in the hot sun sound excruciating. They can call them kilts if they want to feel a little manlier. But something tells me none of them care. Number 8. Some rules don't make sense. Sometimes it seems like a holdover that's now outdated. Sometimes it's just downright stubbornness. This workplace tells its employees all drinks must be drunk in a cup with a straw. This is probably to avoid people making messes in the staff room or leaving uncapped bottles lying around. A bit of an oversight when talking about energy drinks. They don't need a cup or a straw, but this person knew a way around the outdated rules. I probably would have gone ahead and poured it in, but who's judging? Number 7. Speaking of weird drink rules, we understand why pools may not want open containers by the water. It would be far too easy to spill, and a spill could spell disaster for pool goers. Still, there's nothing quite as refreshing as a cold one when you're out in the water. These people figured out the easiest fix, though admittedly, it does look a bit like something out of the Looney Tunes. I guess, whatever works. Number 6. Finding time with your significant other is hard, especially in school. It feels impossible to do sometimes, but you need to be a little clever. These lovebirds were dealing with some out-of-date rules. The sorority didn't allow the boys in, but they wanted a little time together to watch a movie. Some quick thinking, a spare couch, and a bag of popcorn, and the movie night are on. I guess any amount of Netflix out in the cold night is technically Netflix and chill. although a bit of privacy would be better, I think. Number 5. Honestly, some people don't like being told what to do. No matter what you say to them, no matter what the circumstances are, there will always be a person out there living their wildest, most contrarian life. This guy knew exactly what he needed to do when he saw that sign, and that sign does not cover unicycles. Not that it matters. He was going to do precisely what he wanted. If that means riding a unicycle because it didn't say to, then that's what he's going to do. He's probably going to create a need for them to update that sign. Number 4. But when rules can't be outright broken, there's always going to be people looking to bend them. This group of bargoers in Brazil wanted to enjoy their party. Well, they got inventive. When local legislators made it illegal to put tables out on the sidewalk, well, these people aren't technically on the sidewalk. So while they're not breaking the rules, they've certainly got the spirit for it. Number 3. When the rules don't make sense, well, they're bound to upset someone. Festivals and outdoor concerts are hot, and many people run into issues with overheating or full-blown heat stroke. In 90-degree heat, not being able to cool off with a bottle of water can be downright dangerous. This vendor found a way around the rules. They can't sell water bottles, but they can sell peanuts. The water bottle is just a gift to go along. They should be safe and hydrated in all fairness. Number 2. But when the weather's nice, the weather's nice. In this case, the kid's ingenuity works right along with the warm weather we've all been having instead of against it. His mom told him the weather was too lovely to sit inside and play games. But have you ever tried telling a kid that? Well, he took his laptop and went outside with it. She must have been right. As long as you don't need to charge, what's the harm? I guess he's at the mercy of the weather. But at the same time, it's so bright and lovely out. What's the harm in letting him play a little Fortnite in this garden? Number 1. Some people love bar food. It's got a certain amount of charm to it and just the right amount of grease to keep you going while you work. That being said, some places, some jurisdictions, and some bars are required to serve food. Not everyone loves this. They want to serve their food. But what happens instead is a beautiful case of malicious compliance, offering the absolute bare minimum so that they can still be within the legal limits. The food at these bars might be a bit dubious, so I'd probably steer clear if I were you. Rules aren't always in place for a good reason. Sometimes they're holdovers from a previous time, and sometimes you need to poke holes in them to make things right. The cleverness is impressive in these people, and I hope they keep on finding new, inventive ways to do whatever they want. Make sure, if you're going to bend the rules in a ludicrous, ridiculous, hilarious sort of way, well, take a picture if you can. Just remember, if you're technically not wrong, then that's as good as simply being not wrong.